Alright, good afternoon, class. Alright, let's take a look here. We're looking over homework number 17, trigonometry. Write down the equation that would find, well, I'm guessing the missing angle or the missing side. Here's our angle, right? In order to do these trigonometry problems, you got to be able to identify your opposite, your hypotenuse, and your adjacent side. If that's your angle, then this is your adjacent side, and this is your hypotenuse side. Your hypotenuse side because it's the longest side, and this is your adjacent because it's the side that's closest to your angle, but still not the hypotenuse. This is your opposite side. The two things that you're using that are most important is your hypotenuse and your opposite. Now, there's a term that I like to do that helps me remember all the trig functions, and it goes so, ga, toa. So, ga, toa. We are looking at opposite and hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse is sine. Sine of any angle is equal to, opposite, right? Opposite over hypotenuse. So, in my formula, I'm going to say the sine of x degrees, we do not know what it is, but we know that it's an angle, so we're just going to say it's x degrees, is equal to opposite, which is 5, and 7, which is the hypotenuse. Very good. And that's all you got to do. And I know y'all can solve the rest easily. All right? Very easy. Very easy. Nice problem. Let's go to number 3. Number 3. Let's do it again this time. It's another angle problem. I just want to see what these other ones. That's not. Okay, good. Number 3, another angle problem. Here's our angle. This is our our hypotenuse. It's our longest side. The right angle always generally tends to point at the longest side. And this is our opposite side, the side that's farthest away from the angle. Good. So if I'm looking at opposite and hypotenuse, once again, it's the same thing. It's going to be another sine of some x degrees is equal to opposite, 25, and hypotenuse, which I can't read. Yep, 26. 26. And there's your answer. And I know y'all can solve the rest easily. But, we don't have to solve in the homework anyway, since I know you don't have your calculators. So don't worry about it. No problem. Just write that. You're good. Number 5. Number 5 says we want this long side. We want the hypotenuse this time. And they give us, if this is the angle, they give us the opposite. Wow. Again. Let me just make sure of something. Yep. 3 times in a row, I got a sine. So, that's a sine. Sine of 26 degrees, sine of 26 degrees is equal to opposite, which is 11, over hypotenuse, which is x. And then we solve like that. But still, all the same, very easy. Wow, I see it again. We have our angle. This is our hypotenuse because it's our longest side. And once again, we are given the opposite again. 4 times the charm. Sine of unknown degrees, right, is equal to opposite, which is 4, over hypotenuse, which is 7. Wow, look at that. Let's check out this next one, see what this is going to do. Look at that. Finally, a little different. We are given hypotenuse here. Since this is our angle, and we're right close to it, this is the adjacent, real high up. Adjacent. So, which one's adjacent and hypotenuse? Well, if you remember, so, ga, toa. So, ga, toa tells us is anytime we have an adjacent and hypotenuse, we use cosine. Cosine of unknown amount of angles is equal to adjacent and hypotenuse. Adjacent, which is 33, over hypotenuse, which is 51. Very good. And that's our answer. Next problem. Back to the sine. This is our angle, which states that this is our hypotenuse, and this is our opposite side. Sine of 56 degrees is equal to 18 opposite over hypotenuse. Very nice. And number 3 was a typo. I didn't mean to do this problem. But just so you know, the way we do it is if they're asking for the sine of A, so there's not much we could do. We're just going to say the sine of A is equal to, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. The sine is opposite, which is this one, over hypotenuse, which is this one. So we're going to say the sine of A is 5 over 13. I didn't mean to do this problem. This is actually from the last homework, but oh well, let's do it anyways, right? All right, back page. I'm just going to do 2 problems, and I don't want you to do the other 3. Ready? The extreme water slide forms a 20-degree angle with the tower it leans against, right? Let's see here. We got an extreme water slide. So I'm going to just say this red thing is my slide. This is my picture. I got a slide. Which is leaning on a tower. Let me see here. Oh no. The water slide is red. Okay. And it forms the 20-degree angle with the tower. Right? So here's our tower. And as it leans against it, the slide here, and the tower, the slide and the tower together, right, form 20 degrees against it, 80 feet above the ground. Okay, so, and also this location where they intersect right here is exactly 80 feet above the ground. Very nice. Find the length of the slide x. And so they want to know x. So I'm just going to complete our triangle here, to our triangle. And I'm going to note that since this is our angle, then this is hypotenuse. This is our angle, so it's adjacent. So the answer is cosine of 20 degrees is equal to adjacent over 80 over x. Very nice. All right, next problem. A 20-foot board is leaning against a building. So let's see here. We got a 20-foot board leaning against a building. Here's a 20-foot board. And here's our building. Right? Okay. The board and the building form an 80-degree angle. The board, which is this, the building, which is this, make an 80-degree angle. Wow, that's an 80. 80 degrees. There you go. Make an 80-degree angle. Find x, the distance from the base of the building. Base of the building is right here. Find x, the base of the building, right? Oh no, I lost it. Where am I? Ah, the base of the building to the base of the board. Oh yeah, this is easy. There's the base of the board. What's that distance? X. Nice, easy. So we have our angle here, which means that this is our hypotenuse. This is our opposite. So this is going to be a sine function. Sine of 80 degrees is equal to, see, opposite, x over 20. There it is. All right, guys. Hope that was helpful for your homework. Don't forget for these word problems that you take it little by little. As you notice, as I drew it, I didn't draw a triangle right away. I drew the problem as it happened, right? Then the triangle was made. So please make sure you do that for the following next 3 problems, all right? Hope this was helpful. Y'all have a good rest of the evening.